Well, good evening all. Check me out with all my little pink screens and fancy bits tonight. Bit better than my little typed out note I did last week, eh? Right, let's remove that for a little while because it's been buzzing for a little while. Good afternoon, Mary from Alberta, Canada. Good evening, Tina. Hello, Margaret. So hope, well, normally I open up and ask if you're watching on either or just to let me know so that I can see who's there, but I know that Facebook's working and YouTube's working, which is a bit weird for me this evening. Hi, Trisha. So, release of the new stencils. Literally, they arrived yesterday evening and they went to the design team today and I've been playing. And so we're going to be playing a bit more together tonight, I think. Hi, Pat. Hi, Liz. Yeah, so we have 4 brand new stencils. Stencils and masks, I should say. Hi, Carol. Thank you so much. Carol makes amazing shortbread. And she brought us some to the show last weekend. So if you were at the show last weekend, Carol, they were beautiful. Only one other person got to look in, and that's Terry from Ross Papercrafts. Everybody else just got to watch us eat them. And they were delicious. Thank you very much. And Linda, who brought us a beautiful cake. Good grief. We're supposed to be trying to be good. And that hasn't worked at all. Hi, Kim. Hi, Jules. Hi, Pat. First time you caught us live, Kim. Oh, hey. Hopefully you enjoy it. Right, so should we get started? So, we have, as I said, 4 brand new stencils and masks. Let's flip round. Yay. So, stencil number 1. It's called a Grunge frame stencils and mask. So you have a frame edge, which is the one I'm going to demo with tonight so that you can see. Hi, Veronica. And then you've got the grungy mask to go with it. And then we have the Squiggles stencils and mask. This one I have loved. Hi, Lynn. It is literally what it says on the packet, a scribble. But you know, sometimes you just get, hi, Debbie. Hi, Michelle. But through TV, check you out, Michelle. Don't know if I'd even know how to do that, Michelle. Sometimes your backgrounds are just a bit, you don't want too much on it, but this, just by adding a little bit of colour with these, it makes such a difference. I would show you the one I played with today, but it's for our workshop, so I can't. As some of our workshop ladies are here. Then we have trailing foliage. So we've got some ivy leaves here, which is a stencil and mask. Hi, Amanda. Hi, Mum. And then we have a different type of ivy leaf with some flourishes, etc. on this one. And then last but not least, so yeah, done 3. Evening, Susan. Sorry, Susan. We did have a bit of a debate as to whether we were going to do afternoon or evening last time, didn't we? So I figured we'd do evening for the launch this time. And I've just been absolutely maxed out, so it's a good job, really. And then this is the last one, which is our Corner Waves stencil. There is no mask to this one, because if we did, it would just be a load of curves, which wouldn't be very exciting. Michelle, I'm glad I'm not the only one. Hi, Helena. So, they are our 4 brand new masks. Now, if you missed last Tuesdays, that was where we launched our brand new stamps. Some of you may have received them already. Not very many, because we sold out pretty much the night before when we launched them. We had the 3 that were technically for telly came with me to the show, and some of mine that I hadn't managed to start playing with yet. So I haven't got all of them here to show you, but a quick run through of what we released last week as well. So we have the floral silhouette. And this says, when life gives you a beautiful day, make beautiful memories. Wake up, smile, and tell yourself, today is my day. And make today ridiculously amazing. Then we have spring has sprung. So you've got the tulips and the crocuses and the snowdrops. And some lily of the valley, all sorts of bits and pieces on there as well. Then we have Daffodil Delight, and these little sentiments here all fit in here. This is actually my set because I didn't have that one either. And it says, happy birthday, thank you, it's time to celebrate, and birthday wishes. Then we have Balloons Corner. This one I haven't got to show you at all. And that says happy birthday to you, and up away, it's your birthday. This works really well with the balloon set we launched probably about 18 months, 2 years ago, which maybe we'll pop some info on about that during the week, maybe even tomorrow. And then we have Clematis flowers, Clematis spray, Crocus, and our Magnolia. So they were the stamp release, but tonight is our brand new Stencils release. I'm running out of space to put everything around here. I've got a whole room here and I still run out of space. So yeah, so we've got the Grunge frame, the background squiggles, stencils and masks. We have the trailing foliage stencils and mask, and the corner waves stencil. So that is all of those. So, shall we get started on some fun? What are we going to be using today? I've had to balance it all as normal. So we've got our super smooth cardstock that we have in 250 or 300 GSM. We're going to be using an anti-static bag, Versamark ink, Distress Oxide in Saltwater Taffy and Shabby Shutter, white embossing powder, and our two sticky glue, or our sticky glue that comes in the two sizes. That reminds me, I didn't check whether my sticky glue was blocked or not, so I better check that before we go any further, hadn't I? We will also be using a paintbrush. And those of you that are here that are on the workshop, I did tell you to bring some paintbrushes with you. I think I put 3 or 4. You probably won't need as many as that, so don't panic if you haven't got them. We will have my spare selection there as well. So, hi Marianne. Yay! See, now we're not. This one is an afternoon on a Thursday. You can join us because you're dancing. I believe is line dancing. I think it was. You said. So today we need. There's not a lot to the kit today. An 8x8 card, and then we have a 7.5 inch white square. And this one is just under 7 inches, and it will make sense in a few minutes when we start making this why it's just under 7.5. I'm just having a look around now, trying to find what I've done with the stencil I need. Which, there we go. I hid it under paper. That's very clever of me, isn't it? Right, so we're going to be using the Make Art Station 2, which I forgot to mention earlier. If you haven't already managed to get one of these, they're fab. Love, 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 love it. So, as I said, I've made these, my piece of paper, slightly under, and I mean like 1/8, 1/16 under 7 inches. Purely because these stencils are 7 inches square. And if you haven't cut it square, or your paper isn't square to start with, you're going to end up with like a white line around the edge. And you don't want that really. Or a coloured line, whichever is the opposite to what you actually want. So I thought by making it slightly under, that helps with that problem. So I'm going to take the Shabby Shutter. Our blending brushes did come back into stock, but they ran out of stock as quick as they arrived. So they will be back. So I'm just going to go around the edges. And I am literally just going around the edges. I'm not putting huge amounts of ink on here. I just want to take it away from being just a solid white frame. And obviously some ink goes onto your stencil, so you can go back if it's not heavy enough for you and pick up some of that ink that's on the stencil. Oh, everybody's gone quiet on me. Those of you that come to our workshops, I don't do quiet, as you well know. I'm used to you all chit-chatting. So, who came to Sandown at the weekend? You nearly forgot us, Teresa. That's not good. We don't do Valentine's Day. We do have a Happy Mother's Day, which should be back in stock very shortly. Hi, Candice. Hi, Pat. And Father's Day, we don't have one, but that doesn't mean we won't have one. as I say, we don't hold them all year round because they are quite Pacific. And Valentine's Day I don't, because so many people just make one Valentine's Day card. And there's so many things on the market. But it may get added into one of our mixed sentiments coming soon. You certainly looked like you were having a brilliant day, Carol. Right, so I've got my ink around the edges. I'm just going to lift to see if I'm happy with it. Yep. And then I'm just going to take that away. Now this is where I run out of space to put things because I haven't cleaned it. I'm going to bring it up so you can see. So that's the effect you get. Everybody's forgetting me today, Sarah. It was lovely to see you at the weekend. Sarah was telling me about the catio that she's had made for her beautiful little cats. I think they're little monkeys, but it sounds very posh. So, what do you think to that? So that's the effect you get with the stencil part rather than the mask part. So I was playing a little bit earlier, just fiddling around to see what I liked and didn't like. And so I did it with a stencil in the middle, and I put the mask over the top, and then I did one where I used them both together. So yeah, I've done a little bit of different playing just with that one at the moment. So that is our first part. Now obviously I said we're going to need an anti-static bag because I haven't got time to let it dry and do the demo with you. So before I clear all this up, I'm going to pop that to one side. I'm going to take my layering pieces, which also both have, well, I'm putting some green around the outside of the edge of the actual card. So this is the card base. Okay. Evening, Jill. So that's just around the actual card base. Have you noticed lately, ladies and gents, that Shabby Shutter seems to be my new favourite colour? I played with lots of different colours yesterday, and you know when sometimes it just isn't working for you, and I didn't like what I was producing, and I went straight back to these two colours, and within 10 minutes I'd come up with what I wanted to do. I was working on workshop stuff yesterday, see. And then, as I say, just blend that edge all the way around. It doesn't have to be particularly heavy, because this is just a layering layer, so it doesn't have to be hugely heavy. It's just going to literally sit like so. It looks quite yellow on my screen. I don't know if it does on your screens, but it isn't. It's Shabby Shutter, it's green. Supposedly. Right. Just going to wipe this down to get rid of that ink off there. So did everybody survive the storms that came through the UK over the weekend? And was it Monday night as well? Sunday night and Monday night, or Sunday night and Tuesday night? Our fence didn't survive. Part of our fence didn't survive, which we knew was on its last legs anyway. So that is the stencil part, and we're going to take our Clematis spray stamp. Remember, I put anti-static bag over the top of this. So do I, Liz. Hi, Eileen. I've got the wrong ink with me. Where did I get the black ink? I don't want black. I want Bessemark. So we're going to ink up the stamp. Lots and lots of little light taps. It does show yellow, doesn't it, Veronica? It's weird, that. I've frozen on YouTube. That's not good, Helena. Fingers crossed I come back on YouTube. Jules, it's not fun, is it? It's quite a little family gathering when everybody gets together at our workshops now, Carol, isn't it? Everybody knows everybody. It's funny. Right, so we're going to stamp this on here. Well, Debbie, our fence was on its last legs anyway, I think, to be honest. So, we were hoping we could put it off till the spring when the ground isn't so muddy and it makes such a mess. But we couldn't. So, otherwise Miss Maisie would be going to visit the neighbours. So the new fence panels have been delivered and now we've just got to get them put up. Right, as you can tell, my stamp wasn't beautifully clean. But it worked. It did what it said on the tin. White we're using tonight. Oh, I knew that was going to do that. Get my teeth. Give it a tap to take the excess off. And pop that back in. Jules, it's your first workshop. I remember you saying. Oh, well, we're a good crowd. It'll be a good giggle. And I haven't done anything too stressful this time, ladies, you'll be pleased to know. It's all quite a calm event. Nothing too taxing. Right, so we're going to heat this up. So warm your heat gun up first. And then we're going to heat... Oh, you can't really see on here, can you? Oh yeah, haggis tonight is Burns night, isn't it? Martin should have had haggis. He's got one in the freezer. It's not for me, I'm afraid. Amanda coming home with you on the 3rd. My goodness, you're going to need to bring a trailer to bring all your orders home, Amanda. When I showed the design team the designs, this one was one that a couple of them were a bit, oh, I don't know if that's for me, kind of. But now that they're getting them, they'll see just how versatile this one is. See, Jules, you'll meet a few of our ladies on here just watching today. Amanda's coming to the workshop. Carol's coming to the workshop. Debbie's not at that one. She's at a different one. But she's still coming. Just a different one to you. Right, so I'm just going to pop my sentiment on here just to be quick. Just because then it's all the stamping out of the way. So I've just taken the thank you from the Daffodil Delight, the big stamp set that I showed you earlier that we released last week. So I've just popped a thank you on there. I can't believe how yellow this is looking. That's really weird. I'm wondering if it's because it's bouncing off something. Don't know. Anyway, right, so we are going to be doing a little bit of painting today, but it is quite quick and there's no messing with this one. Just a quick straight in, out and done. And we are actually painting with these two inks. So we'll pop the two colours down. Just literally squidge them onto the ink pad. Let me take is it that one off? Yeah, so you can see what I'm doing because I've put it too far over, look. So literally I'm going to take my paintbrush, I'm going to wet it. Don't want it too wet, so I'm kind of squeezing it out. Just want it damp. And then I'm going to pick up some of that ink and load the brush up with the ink that's on here. And I'm going to go in and colour all of the leaves in green. This is how quick it is. I'm doing the whole thing while I've got you on the screen. Chat amongst yourselves for a minute. Because I'm trying to colour in and read what you were talking about. Can't miss out. We had one of those days today. We loaded up, sorted out. Maisie got a haircut, which she desperately needed. She was such a hairy bear because we'd left her longer because of the colder weather, but she was getting so hot. So we had her cut back a bit shorter again today. So I think we'll be wearing jumpers by the end of the week. Bless her little heart. And then just the day just went away from me today. I don't like days when they're like that. Stressful it is. Suddenly I'm thinking, oh, it's nearly 7 o'clock. I better put a bit of lippy on. So I did. Not that it made that much difference. No, Jules, that's absolutely fine. I'll have my paper trimmer there. Everything is cut really. It is just for in case something comes up that you do need to trim it. It's just easier to have it with you than not to have it. But as I say, we have mine there anyway, so most of the time I end up cutting out the bits that people are missing. It's not often I have you cut very much out. I learnt from experience that that doesn't often work well. I'm trying to be super fast with this. So this is literally a little bit of oxide. This isn't watercolour paper, which is partly why I don't want you to load your brush up too much. And also, if you load your brush up too much, it will flood because you've got the embossing powder on there, which is helping you to stay in the lines, but it does cause sort of a barrier. So if the brush is too wet, it will puddle inside that embossing powder, and nobody likes a puddle. Not unless you're about 3 and you've got wellies on. My little niece did that when she was little. She's 10 now. Debbie, she doesn't actually. She has two jumpers, a Christmas jumper and a normal jumper. And she normally wears a jumper to go out for a walk because her harness, she's a Houdini and she can get out of harnesses. So the harness she's got means that none of the coats clip where it needs to. So I put a hole in a jumper in the stitch because it's knitted in the stitching, so we could get that harness still on there. So she doesn't have very many, and she has one coat from previously, before Operation Harness Restriction came in. So I'm just going to get that brush clean, and then I'm done with the green. I think I've picked that all up anyway. Just make sure that that brush is completely clean. And as I say, Debbie, Jules, anything that you haven't got, don't panic. We have the full shop there, and everybody's happy to share and share alike, so to speak. Right, so we've coloured in all the green, and now I'm going to go in Yeah, I was saying, my little niece, when she was about 2, I think, 2, she hadn't long been talking particularly well, and she had a pair of black paint and shoes on and some white ankle fluffy frilly socks on, and she jumped in a puddle outside our house, and I went, Ava Victoria, look at your socks. And she looked down at her feet, and she looked up at me, and she went, oh my dod. So now none of us say, oh my goodness, or oh my god. We all say, oh my dod, because that's what Ava used to say. Right, so as I say, I'm just colouring these in with the paint. This is now Saltwater Taffy. It is kind of a quick, so if you see me painting out the lines, don't shout at me. I'm trying to squeeze it all in as quick as I can so it's not boring watching me. But I wanted you to get the technique and show you just how quick this card can actually be. If you want Oxides to be darker, put it on once, let it dry, and go back and paint over the top. I wouldn't go a third time. Liz, we are looking for venues. We're always looking for venues for workshops. But South True's really, really difficult. which is mad, isn't it? You would have thought around that area. Our problem is we need a hotel with easy access into a large room. This is what I mean by puddling. My brush was still too wet and I've got little puddles in there. So I'm just going to go in and try and pick those up, otherwise they'll dry blobby. Yes, so we need a hotel with a big car park and easy access into the venue that the room we're using at the venue. We can't have it where we have to walk miles because we have to bring all the shop in. And when it's a huge walk with all of that stuff, it doesn't make it for much fun for us to set up. It adds so much time to us, and it's also heavy. In fact, last time we were down south, Martin really hurt himself, which was just the end to a bad day. So if you know of any venues, anybody in the south that is a hotel, because we have them cater it, and has a big room with plenty of parking, free parking, let me know. And easy access into the room. Always looking. Right, I'm nearly finished colouring this. I'm trying to do more of the cards. No, the embossing powder isn't matte. It has got a shine to it, Mary, but it resists. So when you see me colouring with pens and it's embossed, it's exactly the same kind of idea. So wherever you paint it onto, sometimes if you go on too heavy with oxides, it will stick to the embossing powder. But all you have to do is, once it's dry, is go and shine it with a piece of kitchen paper, and that would bring it back up to shiny again. I've never actually painted with paints over it. I'm sure it'd be exactly the same. But as I said, these are the oxides, so I like to make my things work more than one way, Mary. So Mary, have you got snow in Alberta at the moment? Or are you snow free? We haven't had any snow. They did say we were going to get some snow, which I'm quite glad we haven't had. But I would quite like it Monday to Friday or Monday to Wednesday, so that I could have a look at it. Maisie's never seen snow. She's nearly 3. We didn't get any snow last year. I think we got a sprinkle one night, but she didn't really see, or she hasn't seen proper snow. She's seen like not even a white grass, a grass that looks like it's got hail all over it. See, look, these things all stick, Marianne, don't they? We all say, oh my dodgy. You say middery. See, they just make us giggle. So that's all you have to do. That's how easy it is. Now, I will take a picture of this, hopefully in the daylight tomorrow, so that it doesn't look quite as yellow as it appears to be looking on there. Oh, Celia, I feel for you. It's going to be lovely to see all of you guys up in Wigan area again in March. I was going to say next month, but it's not quite next month yet. But where has January gone? It has just flown by. So that is the base of the card. I'm now going to grab the bits that we just did. And I'm going to pop this one on the top of there. She says. No, Amanda, it's not the workshop card. We don't let secrets out, you know that. You will see the workshop card on Saturday. A week on Saturday. Longest month ever. I will agree, it hasn't been. I think it's flown by in some ways, but I do know what you mean about it not being a great month. A lot of people don't like January. Ooh. Kim, I might have to have a look at that. I like Bournemouth. Haven't been there for years. Those of my ladies that are in Portsmouth, how far away is Portsmouth from Bournemouth? I don't know. Don't know the South Coast very well. So, that's the outside of the card done. Remember what I always say, we need to do something on the inside. So, I'm going to take my mask this time. So the opposite part to what you were just looking at. And I'm just going to brush off the edge. I probably, if I was really clever, would have put this down on my make art station so that it held it in place, but I didn't, so it's too late now. And there is the mask. So, can you see that? Jill, I'm not being too difficult on you this time. It's been a while since you've been at a workshop. We can't challenge you too hard. So that's what our mask part looks like, and that is what the frame piecework looks like. That's not too bad. An hour, I suppose, Mary? Kim? -40. Oh my god, we were complaining at -6. Oh my goodness. That's too cold to breathe. If you've got one, let me think. Yeah, if you've got one, you can bring it, Amanda, but you don't have to. I'm trying to think what we're actually. We got one stencil. Yeah, one stencil that you're using. So if you want to bring it, feel free. Purely because they didn't arrive in time. Right, shall we ever play with some of the others? All together now. Haven't even chosen any colours. Yeah, so I didn't really finish that card off, did I? So that is the card finished. So we put the mask on the middle and the frame on the outside. I just love this frame. I can see it coming up all over the place. Right. Which one are we going through first? Ooh, we're going with this corners one first. I just want to kind of do them so that you can see what they look like done. I'm not going to position them every which way for you all, but you'll get an idea of what they are like done. So we've got a bit of chipped sapphire. Yeah, it is a good one for the post, Tina. I am doing exactly that, Mrs. Fletcher. We do too here, Mary, but I'm a bit of an 8x8 card girl, I'm afraid. I do some smaller ones, and I struggle to do the small ones, like I see, like if I ever watch YouTube and stuff, and I see I think you do like C6. I very rarely do C6. Sometimes I will do a let me think, a 6x6 card. Very rarely, although I'm doing more and more of those because they fit through as a regular post for us here in the UK, but this would be classed as a large letter here. Right, so I am literally just going to stencil these out so that you can see them. I'm not going to try and make it into a design. I just want you to be able to see. Now the smaller one, we've got a left and a right corner to help you. So you've got a choice with how you do that. And if you notice, I do tend to go with the stencil rather than too much. How's your mum doing, Amanda? Hopefully she's on the mend and home. Fingers crossed. So as I say, I'm not doing anything to just that section there. We've got a bit of a round throw to it, so curl to it, so we can go around on it. I think we're going a bit heavier on there. Once these got in the house, I couldn't get them off my mum. They're her favourite. You've been cheeky, Mrs. Fletcher. So that is the corner stencil. So as I say, we've got a left and a right even. So you can do corners on a particular card if you want to. The larger one, even that way around, looks quite funky. In fact, I think I'd like it that way around better. With the sentiment in the middle there. So that is our corner waves stencil. I'm running out of room to put everything here, people. And then what we're going for next. Should we do squiggles? Christine's not coming, Amanda. I'm a bit sad. And Tina, as she put it in her email to me, I've had a divorce from my gallbladder. Finally, bless her heart. She's been needing that operation for a long time. On last Saturday. So she's hoping she will be fighting fit for the event. I'm glad you love it, Pat. Liz, Jules. Right, so again, I'm working with this one. You have got some flappy bits here. So these pieces flap up and down a bit. So be aware of that. Now my idea of this one is kind of something subtle behind something that you want to leave quite plain. Or if you've only got white paper, or a coloured paper and you want to put a different colour on top. So I kind of work with this as a mask, as a stencil, no mask. Can you believe I've been waffling for 43 minutes already? Where on earth does our time go when I start this? I remember when I used to do them and they were like 20 minutes long, and a lady, can't even remember who it was now. One of our lovely ladies came up to me and said, I've got a complaint to make. I said, what's that? She said, your YouTube videos are too short. And she wanted me to do them longer. So I've done them longer. Not on purpose, to be honest, because I think you can listen to me a bit too much. So we'll just do this dinky one as well so that you can see that. And I've chosen as mother's request, and I was going for it anyway, chipped sapphire, so you can actually see them a little bit better. So hopefully we've covered enough of that so that you can see this. See? A scribbly background. How funky is that? And obviously we've got the mask to go with that. I'll just do the large one. You know what? I've got the machine in front of me and I'm not using it. Now this one, you're going to have, some pieces are a bit too narrow for you to hold, for the magnets to hold it down. But again, it's the mask section of it. I'm not going to do them both, I'm just going to do the bigger one so that you can see it. Yes, Margaret, was it you? I think it was you, Margaret, wasn't it? It was you. I had a feeling it was Margaret, but I wasn't sure. You make me laugh. Look out for my order. These are all available on our website now, believe it or not. When I order stencils, I don't get samples sent through, so I can't release them before I actually get them. I have to okay them from a picture that they send me, which can be a little bit daunting, to say the least. Anyway. And that's the mask. Again, really funky. I absolutely love playing with this. I can't wait to get started on my card demos for for TV, because they're going to be great fun. So that's the squiggles, background squiggles. And then I didn't cut a piece of paper for this one, and we might have to just do a big piece. So we then have our lovely flourishes. And again, we're just going to do it on a piece of A4 because I haven't got enough. For some reason I didn't cut. But we'll get it all on one piece of paper, I suppose, now, won't we? Now, with this one, a little tip. If you're using the mask, I had a piece of paper I left down. I think I was really organised and put it away, which was a bit silly, wasn't it? I did. Got rid of it. Either you could, Pat, that would be a good idea. Either pop a piece of paper underneath or a piece of kitchen paper, just to hold that mask, and it stops the mask from picking up any off the edge. You're going to need to do the same on this side, but I'm just going to grab a piece of kitchen paper for that piece. As I say, it's right on the edge because I wanted to get as much on the stencil as I could. So just cover yourself. Obviously I'm not doing a card here, but it's a warning to you. Yeah, you could, Carol. That would look really cool too. I look forward to it. I've tried to do a few different things, Di. Lovely that you've joined us, even if you couldn't make it a little bit earlier. As I say, I would be a bit more cautious about covering where I'm putting this. So I would cover at the top and at the bottom on this one. But I just wanted to show you this mask. Again, it's one of those ones that would be really subtle in the background of something. If you get my drift. And then I'll do the same on this side. Probably go a bit closer. It's gravy. I had two pieces. I'm going to go a bit closer just so that we can maybe get the masks on here as well. I think that you are very right, Kim. I think they would also look very cool embossed. So I've kind of done some funky ones and I've done some slightly more traditional ones. But hopefully you can get the gist of what we've got here just by my little scribbles. But yeah, it's quite daunting when I have to spend lots of money out on a photograph. So when they come, it's exciting. Again, oh, broke all my nails at the workshop at the weekend. At the show at the weekend. So I'm struggling to do anything with anything. And then I'm going to bring the masks in really super quick because I think an hour of me waffling is long enough. Oh, check you out. I can't wait to see what you're going to send me, Carol. Do you think we'll get both of these on here? Probably not, but we'll try. Will I? No. I'll just have another piece of paper to show you that one. Again, you may find that some of these pieces are too small for the magnet to hold it in place. But as I think it was Kim, somebody just said, Di, was it maybe? I can't remember. Somebody just said the stick and spray would probably be ideal for this. If I had any. Which I haven't at the moment. But the detail on this one is lovely. If I continue waffling for too much longer, Carol, you're going to be listening to me tummy rumbling. This one's going to be subtle because, as I said, you probably would need to spend a little bit of time putting this in place so that it didn't do it too much moving around. But it is well worth spending that time. I could have gone a bit darker, I think, with that one for you. Sorry, I was being nice. It is, every machine is different for that, Amanda. So you would have to play about a little bit with what you have. Oh, I'm trying to be frugal, but that's not going to fit, is it? Let's grab a piece of paper. So yeah, it's just a case of playing. I ended up putting a mouse mat through for on one of my machines, and that worked great. So sometimes it's a lot thicker than you think. Yeah, they'll be great for that, Amanda. I'll try and press a bit harder and give you a bit more of an image on this than I did on the last one. This one hasn't got as many wiggly bits on it, so you can be a little bit more vicious. I was playing with this one last night and did this. So that gives you an idea of some of the things you can do. And as people are saying on here, it'd be really good for embossing with your machines. I just want you to see what the image brings. As I say, I haven't put these together in cards yet because I haven't had them long enough. Hopefully I've gone a bit darker on this one than the last one. There you go. That's going to look really cool with a green over a green background. How cool. So that's the 4 stencils and masks. The mess I have around me is hilarious, but it can wait. Just clean my fingers off before I pick anything else up. So we'll just quickly flick through the new, she says, the new stencils again to show you. So let me get some of this out of the way. So we have Corner Waves, which was that first one you saw me doing, which looks like I've buried it under everything. Oh, good grief. So that's our Corner Waves. Oh, feel better soon, Carol. So that's our Corner Wave. Sorry I went silent, I was reading. See you soon, Celia. Have fun. Then we've just done our trailing foliage mask and stencil. And then we have got our scribbles, background squiggles. The other bit. There's the other piece that I did with the scribbles. Ah, did it on the other side, look. Die, if we have them, we will have them at the Motorcycle Museum. And then we have got, last but not least, our Grunge frame, which is what we used here. And then that's the inside. So that was the mask, this is the frame. So I think that's enough of me waffling. Got a few dates to tell you about. We are in York at the Stamporama, York Racecourse this Sunday, Stamporama. And that is the 28th from 10 AM to 3 PM. So those normally came to Harrogate. Harrogate is not happening this year. So they've moved us to York. So fingers crossed lots of you come there and we can carry on up there. Then the following week we have our workshop in Suffolk, which a few of you are attending. Looking forward to that. New venue, so I'm always a little bit nervous when we go to a new venue. And then we have the week after that, which, believe it or not, is the 10th of February already. Motorcycle Museum on the 10th of February and Lee, Sincerely Yours on the 11th of February. We've been asked a lot when we're next on Create and Craft. We are on Create and Craft on the 19th of February at 7 AM and 11 AM. My Lord. 7 AM, that means I have to be in the studio by technically 5 o'clock, but 6 o'clock I think is when they let us in. So I'll be there the night before, I think, for that one. Otherwise I'll be up at 2. And then Stamporama in Taunton, that's another new one. It was potato salad, Amanda, and I'm not sure if we'll have that or not. I don't think so. So Stamporama Taunton, another new show for Stamporama, and that's on the 25th of February. And then there was a few people mentioned our workshop in Wigan. It's at the Lancashire Manor Hotel, and that's Thursday the 14th of March. I think we have maybe 2 or 3 places left on that one. All the others I think are pretty much, no, we have a couple of places on our April workshop on the 21st as well. So yeah, that's me finished for the evening. I hope you all enjoyed it. As I say, these are all available over on our website now, and hopefully we'll ship tomorrow-ish. If not tomorrow, they'll definitely ship on Monday. It depends how well we get organised to go off to our show tomorrow. Fingers crossed it will be tomorrow. If not, it will definitely be Monday that these ship for you. See you all soon. Those of you that come to the workshop, looking forward to seeing you, and the rest of you have a lovely evening, and we will see you again soon.